Greetings everyone, this is Danny from harrtravel.com, your Royal Caribbean experts, and today I have the great pleasure of sailing on board the beautiful, brand new Utopia of the Seas. This is the largest of the Oasis class, the second largest in the world, but what you're gonna find is a high-tech playscape. It's an incredible 3- and 4-day product where you can head out for the weekend, enjoy a blast with the family, an adults-only experience. There's so much to do, you're gonna come back time and time again. Now today, I'm gonna take you through all the public spaces here on board. Keep in mind, we have all the rooms and suites on our channel for you to view as well, in addition to pretty much the entire Royal Caribbean fleet, Celebrity, and Silver Sea. And when you're ready to book your next cruise with any of those brands, make sure you reach out to the experts at Harr Travel or book it right on harrtravel.com. We are your cruise experts. We know these spaces inside and out. We have an amazing relationship with Royal Group, and we know we can help craft your perfect cruise vacation of a lifetime for you, your friends, family, or group at an amazing value, and get the Harr Travel signature service every step of the way. Now, I started cruising on Royal Caribbean 30+ years ago. Nothing like this existed when I was a kid, but I still had an absolute blast. It's that dedication to family, making sure there's something for everyone, and 30+ years later, this is my kids' paradise. Just behind us is Cococay. It's a perfect day there right now, and we're filming here. Keep in mind, we've got the full tour of Cococay if you want to check it out. It's really special, but right here behind me is the massive pool deck. In fact, it's only part of the pool deck. We'll take you to the rest in just a moment. Now up front there, you're gonna have a large sun deck over to the side. You've got sun loungers all the way around on the top deck here. You're also gonna have casitas. This is right where the casita check-in is. So if you want a private experience for the day, you can take out one of these, have phenomenal service. It's a really nice, relaxing place to be. You've got plugs in there, and you also have a nice little cooler that turns into a coffee table. Now down below me, you're gonna find the first of the water sports. You've got the water slides just behind. It's an incredible experience. You've got two over on this side. You've got one over here, that champagne bowl style where you go round and round again. It's an absolute blast, and you can take advantage of the racers as well. You know, I spent a little more time at the buffet this cruise, so I'm gonna beat you down every single time. On the far side there, you've got Baby Bay and Splashaway Bay. I love that Royal Caribbean has something for every age kiddo. My kids started cruising right at 6 months old. They loved every single moment of it. We love the ability to have what we need and what we want at our disposal, and we come back time and time again. My son loves Baby Bay right now. He's a little guy, a toddler. My daughter loves Splashaway Bay, and she also loves to head up and enjoy those water slides, especially with her cousins here on board. It's a family experience. On the other side, you're gonna find this has kind of a shallow entrance to the pool here, kind of beach style. You've got a couple hot tubs on either side there as well, and you can see the tropical nature of it. Now there's plenty of loungers in the sun. There's also loungers in the shade on either side. They're gonna have life vests down there. If you need one, please go ahead and use it, and always keep an eye on your kiddos. Now I wanted to walk over to the middle of the ship. From here, you get that first glimpse of Central Park. It's truly an exceptional thing to have over 10,000 plants on board a cruise ship. We'll get down there in a few minutes and show you, but I wanted to give you that first glimpse. And from down in Central Park, you can actually look up and see those water slides with the see-through. Now up here, you're gonna have the very top part of the lime and coconut. So you've got the full bar experience over here on the far side. You've got some bar style seating where you can look right down into Central Park. And there is a massive LED screen there, so you can watch first run movies, games. It's really all about entertainment here on the deck. Now as we head aft through the main structure here, you've got the massive Crown and Anchor logo on the side of the ship. And you can see you have even more pool zones. There's 4 large pool zones here on board. So many places to spread out and enjoy. You've got a great plunge pool right here. It's see-through on that side, so you get some incredible views. It's also a great place to chill, and I did want to point out they have an accessible lift, and this ship is incredibly accessible. Royal has a wonderful accessibility department. They do a phenomenal job trying to make sure that everybody can go on a cruise and have a great time. Now down below me, you're gonna find 2 separate pools. So you see Central Park dividing in the middle here. You're gonna have these really cool palm tree style structures. You have stadium style lounge seating. And then on the far side there, you're gonna see the lime and coconut. It's been a massive success with Royal Caribbean. I love all the color here on board. They started doing this a couple years ago, and to me, it makes all the difference. So you've got a pool here, you've got the sports pool as well. It's that place where you can play some water volleyball, have some fun with friends. And I love that they have all these loungers that are actually in the water. So it's a shallow ledge all the way around. You can put your butt in the water, toes in the water too, similar to Zach Brown, not quite. And you can really enjoy yourself. There's also a brand new food truck experience. Royal's been asked for a long time to bring some food closer to the pool area. They did a great job on Icon. And here, by adding the spare tire, you can have some great grab and go options. I love that pepperoni cheese tornado. It's kind of like eating a pizza pocket. Lots of memories for me personally. And then as we continue through, you've got more sun deck space. The band's set up there. They're rocking out to some reggae rhythms. We're getting ready to sail away in just a few minutes. This is a tropical paradise. Now, I mentioned the Lighterman Coconut. I wanted to take you down here. You've got a great bar on this side. You got a great bar on that side. This is all about rocking out to the Caribbean vibes, enjoying a delicious drink, and meeting new friends. So stoked they asked me to play along this time. I've been practicing all week. Well, just another fun thing to do. They've got a little songbook over there. You can learn how to play the steel drum, or you can have a great drink at the bar. Now, on the port side of the ship, you're gonna find the View Bar. Well, of course, the name comes from what you get here, delicious drinks and amazing views out the side. Got world-class bartenders here. There's a shade-style structure here. And then here you're gonna find some high-top tables. You also have some bar seating. And then you got these really nice lounge tables down below. It's the perfect place to grab a drink and enjoy the beautiful ocean. Now, on the opposite side, you're gonna find a cantilevered hot tub. Royal Caribbean debuted this on the Freedom of the Seas. They've continued it throughout as they've gone along. But what's interesting is usually they have two hot tubs here. It's a water weight thing, but I love the View Bar and I'm so happy that they stuck with it. You guys know how much I love ice cream. They know how much I love ice cream. And here you've got 4 ice cream makers and sprinkles because it's absolutely delicious. So there we go. You guys know what it's all about. Oh, thank you. Thank you. 3 people incredibly close to my heart. Just some of the more amazing crew members here on board the Utopia, but I think it's time. It's been a few minutes. I'll see you in a few more. Cheers. Over the last several years, Royal's really expanded their fast casual options, and a great choice for Mexican is El Loco Fresh. You've got nachos here, quesadillas, burritos. You also have tacos that they'll make for you. You've got lots of great options, and they even have a fresh tortilla maker. So that perfect spot if you want to grab something really quick, sit down and enjoy. I mean, who doesn't love Mexican food? But you can't have great Mexican food unless you have a salsa bar. They've got wonderful choices here for you to choose from to amplify your experience. And one of the great things on this ship is that you're also going to have the bar set back here. It's a great location. You've got this open air section. You get the breezes coming off the ocean there. You can have delicious mezcals and tequilas, all kinds of margaritas to complement your delicious Mexican food. As you can already see, nobody builds ships like Royal Caribbean, and nobody does a top deck experience like Royal Caribbean, and it continues all the way in the aft. Right now, we can get our first glimpse of the boardwalk down below. Got that carousel, lots of fun games, the slide we'll get to in a second, and of course the aqua theater. But I'm gonna start here at miniature golf. I've been cruising since I was a wee little lad, and I've always enjoyed miniature golf. Now I play with my kids all the time. Let's see if I can get anything going today. It's kind of tiny, but I like it. There we go. All right, well, everyone loves a snail. Well, not in the garden, but yep, there we go. That's what you call a layup, ladies and gentlemen. Taylor, is this a par 17, I think? Okay, let's see. Let's go for it. Yep, bogey. Normal. All right, let's see if we got anything going on this bad boy. So you could just go right at the hole, but who's gonna do that? Yeah, okay. I guess the equivalent of a layup. You can get relief here, right? At least one club head. Let's go, one club head. There we go. Yep. Still over par. And I really can't believe how much monkey business happens here on board Utopia of the Seas. Gotcha, bro. See you in a little bit. Another banana daiquiri? Wow, that guy's wasted. Now, of course, you can walk all around this aft deck, but who the heck wants to do that when you can zip line right across? This is a zip line right up above. You're gonna head straight down across there, a fun, thrilling activity. Now, you're also gonna have a great kids playscape. Once again, Royal is a family-focused brand. They do phenomenal with multi-generational groups. We book a lot of them and our guests love it because there's something for everyone. The littlest kids are gonna absolutely love the playscape. They've got climbing areas, really cool slides, lots of places to hide and hang out. I know my kiddos loved it on Wonder. They're gonna love it here as well. Now you can zip line across the boardwalk, but if you wanna head down to the boardwalk, why take the elevator when you can take the ultimate abyss? This is a phenomenal option, debuted on the Harmony of the Seas. It's the world's longest dry slide at sea. So you'll head on up, you'll put on, well, essentially a potato sack. That way you get some really fast motion in there. You're gonna head straight down, swirl around, and end up at the boardwalk. It's a great way to get down there, but man, it is an absolute blast. Another wonderful complimentary option on board. Now, directly across, you're gonna find the Wipe Out Bar. Now, they've added shaved ice here. Spend a lot of time in Hawaii. We live on the West Coast. My family and I love Hawaii, and nothing says vacation to me like some delicious shaved ice. And it's a warm day here in the Caribbean. You can cool off or take advantage of all the bar options. Now, you know I'm gonna head to the very aft of the ship. I love being in the aft of the ship, and you get some of the best views right here. You can grab a drink, head over there for sail away, and then they also have these really cool tables here where you can sit down and essentially play soccer in a contained area. I love it. I don't have to chase the soccer ball like I do with my kids all the time. Continuing along a Royal Caribbean classic that debuted on Freedom of the Seas, you have the Flow Rider Surf Simulator. Now, there's one flow rider here on board. You can go surfing, you can go boogie boarding, you can learn and take lessons. You can even take private lessons as well if you'd like. But it's a nice, cool, refreshing way to enjoy a day at sea, or a land for that matter. It's an absolute blast. Once again, another complimentary option. So a few years ago, my family and I visited Cococay as a family for the very first time. I first went in 1991. I loved it then, but oh my gosh, after the $250+ million renovation, they've continued to add. It is a world-class destination. In fact, when I tuck my daughter in at night, oftentimes she says, "Daddy, when are we going to Perfect Day at Cococay again?" It's right behind us here. They're having an absolute blast. You can see the water park, you can see all the different areas, and the incredible brand new adults only area. Now, keep in mind, we have all of that on our full tour of Cococay, and your Harr Travel Advisor can help you pick the perfect option for you and your family when you're on the island. So now we're at the sport court. Started playing basketball on board Royal Caribbean over 30 years ago. My dad was a basketball coach in California, one of the winningest in California state history, and my brother and I would come up here and shoot free throws because he made us. But we'd also play some great 3-on-3 tournaments and have a blast. See if we've got anything left going on for that. Well, did I mention they play football here as well? Let's see. Yep, no. It's time for a Rick Berry. Man, I'm on my game today. Let's see. Pops, is the bank open? Of course it is. It's a Monday. Now, after all these years, Royal Caribbean's finally buying into our basketball skills. In fact, I got my own 3-point shooting contest, and if I win, I get to cruise for the rest of my life on Utopia of the Seas. Let's see. Oh no. That's about right. Y'all know it's about the money ball. Oh yeah. Now, with so many things going on around the Utopia, you may forget about the all-time classics, and ping pong is one of those. I've been playing ping pong on cruise ships for over 30 years. Lots of great memories, and you know, every once in a while, I win, but not really. Set just inside the solarium, you're gonna find the Solarium Bistro. Now, this is a delicious dining option here on board. For breakfast and lunch, it's kind of that classic buffet similar to what you would find at the Windjammer Buffet. So they do have different items from time to time, but I love coming here on boarding day especially. A lot of times this is a little bit less crowded, and then of course, if you're traveling as adults, or if the kiddos are somewhere else, you can take advantage of that adults-only solarium space just outside. But what you'll find is a ton of seating. So you've got tables for 2, 4, you even have larger tables up to 10. It wraps all the way around, and then you're gonna have buffets on either side. So for dinner, it's also a buffet style, but it's a bit of an upgraded Mediterranean concept. Now, you do need to pre-reserve that on board so that you can have access to it, but what you're gonna find is a delicious option. You've got snapper and salmon and chicken limon and lamb. Of course, my all-time favorite baklava, but kind of a Mediterranean spread where you can pick exactly what you'd like. So if you're looking for something a little bit different for dinner, or you want to sneak away from Windjammer and find a great buffet option, Solarium Bistro is perfect for that. Now, up above, you're gonna find Hook Seafood. I just wanted to kind of point that out as we walked over to one of my favorite experiences with Royal Caribbean, and that is the chef's table. So right here in the middle, you see the beautiful decor, these large chairs here that look like a bird cage. In fact, they've got a bird on top, the beautiful chandelier up above, and you'll see all the wine glasses set out. because it's a delicious multi-course wine-paired meal. Now, this does come at an additional cost. They can only accommodate this many people each and every single night, so usually it's up to 10, and that means that they're gonna have 2 seating, so about 20 people a night. It's a pretty big ship. If you want this experience, and it is elevated, though it does take a bit of time, I love that. It's kind of that slow concept where you learn about the food, you meet your fellow passengers and have great conversations, but you're definitely gonna wanna pre-book that because it will fill up. Now for me, the perfect vacation has something for everyone. My kids love the kids club. My wife and I love adults only spaces as well. If they're having a blast, we can come up here and have a nice quiet place to relax. In fact, it's the perfect place for a drink. Got one waiting for me. Cheers, sir. As we continue through the space, it is an adults only space. One of the great features of this on the Wonder of the Seas and the Utopia is it's actually climate controlled. So on the previous Oasis Class ships, it's open. I love that too, especially when you're sailing. But in here, you've got air and heat, so you can kind of adapt to the environment. It's all about relaxation and having that adult time. You see you've got loungers here, day beds, they're all first come, first served. You're gonna have several different hot tubs, you've got pool options, and anchored right in the middle, you're gonna have the large bar. There's some really cool sculptures. See the seahorse over there, the octopus, but it also drops down to the lower level. So you've got seating area on either side, and then down on the bottom, you're gonna find the plunge pool. So it's a great place to relax. Once again, you can use the hot tubs, you can use the pool to chill out. You also can get those incredible seats looking out the very front of the ship. Those are some of my all-time favorites. I love those loungers. They do go quick early in the morning. And then stepping right back up, you can see you've got a ton of lounge space with the bar. It's also a great space when you're hosting a private event, especially in the evening. Once again, let us know. We'll be more than happy to assist. Now, if you love incredible seafood, you are gonna be hooked right here at Hooked Seafood. So it is a seafood restaurant, an absolutely delicious one, beautiful decor, as you can see, kind of that Cape Cod style. And right in the middle, you've got a nice large bar. Now, when you come in, you can see the seafood there in the glass already, and you know you're in for something special. And I love that you can actually sit and eat at the bar, sometimes as a walk-up, or you can just grab a drink before you head out and enjoy a delicious meal. Now, it's open for lunch and dinner generally most days. Make sure and check on board for that. But what you're gonna find is just delicious seafood. I dined right over there the other night. I had an incredible time. I had the surf and turf. So of course they have some wonderful steaks here as well. Started off with the oysters, always do that, and the crab cake, and lots more deliciousness. But if you want some great fish, you want some great lobster, some shrimp, they've got several different kinds. Now, dessert is exceptional as well. The coconut cream pie was amazing, but wherever it is that you choose to sit, what I love about this restaurant is you get a beautiful view. So what you're gonna have is views out the side and the front. It's perched right up top here on top of the solarium. In fact, the solarium restaurant is just underneath. And what that does is it gives you views looking out. And I say, what better place to eat seafood than, well, looking at the place where it came from. With the Wonder of the Seas, Utopia's sister ship, Royal Caribbean introduced their first suite neighborhood. We're in the crown of the ship. You're gonna find virtually all the suites are right here. In addition to that, you have this wonderful suite lounge. You've got the coastal kitchen restaurant, which I'll take you through in a minute. And then you're also gonna have the suite sun deck. It's all part of that Royal Caribbean suite experience. Keep in mind, we've got all those rooms and suites on our channel, in addition to the full ship tours of Utopia and Wonder and pretty much the entire fleet. Now we're right here in the suite lounge, and it's a multi-use space. Now you've got a full bar just behind me that does serve the restaurant and the lounge itself, and then you're gonna have the concierge desk in the corner. A huge part of the Royal Caribbean suite experience is how you get prepared for your cruise, and your Harr travel advisor will help get through all those details so that when you get on board, you can sit back, relax, and enjoy. But once you do get on board, they're here to help the suite guests to make sure that they get those priority reservations and take care of all the details. Now, what I love about this suite lounge are the incredible views. You've got amazing views out the side of the ship. You actually overlook the sport court and mini golf here, but you can see the back and the sides of the ship, lots of natural light, and of course, a beautiful setting. So you've got chairs on the corners there. You've got chairs all throughout, so lounge style spaces. And then tucked in the corner here, you're gonna have a small bar. So they've got hors d'oeuvres. They'll kind of have that later in the evening. For breakfast, you'll have a continental style breakfast. You've got lovely pastries there right now, delicious. I've had a few dozen. And then over here, you're gonna find your espresso maker. Now you can use that as a suite guest at no additional cost. And then you're gonna have the teas over there as well. So as we continue through the space, we're gonna transition from the suite lounge into the suite only restaurant, which is called Coastal Kitchen. Now, if you do have a junior suite, you can oftentimes get dinner reservations here. Your Harr travel advisor will explain how that works. Here you'll find a large table for 10. They've got tables for 2, 4. They wrap all the way around, and then you're gonna find booth style seating on the far side as well. As I mentioned earlier, anchored right in the middle, you'll have a bar, incredible bartenders. They keep you smiling, keep the drinks flowing, and really have a wonderful elevated experience. Keep in mind, this is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You're gonna find it a bit of a specialty restaurant of sorts, and of course, highly elevated service. Perched right above Coastal Kitchen and the Suite Lounge, you're gonna find the Suite Sun Deck. Also connected to the Suite neighborhood, you've got a ton of seating up here. So you've got seating in the sun with the loungers on the far side. You've got cabanas and day beds. Those are first come, first serve. You're gonna have more loungers in the shade. And then you have quite a bit of lounge style space right here in front of the Suite Sun Deck bar. Phenomenal bartenders. They're gonna keep, well, just like down below, you smiling, keep the drinks flowing, and it's really a wonderful experience. From here, you've got views out the side of the ship. It does look over the boardwalk. One side, you've got mini golf. The other side, you got the sport court, but you can get some great views and an exclusive place to catch some rays. Now, tucked in the corner, you're gonna find the wading pool. So it's got a great seating area. It's a perfect place to cool off. We're here in Cococay today, as you can see. It's a wonderful place to sit, relax, and enjoy, all part of this suite experience. Now I'm headed into the Windjammer, which is the classic relaxed buffet style option here on board. As soon as you walk in, you'll be greeted with some washi. You guys know what I'm talking about, especially all the big Royal fans. And then right in the front, you actually have a coffee shop. I love that because oftentimes I'll grab my coffee here with breakfast with the family. Now you'll find that they have favorites over there. They're gonna change it out for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I do love that they've got the bakery on the other side, so when you walk in, you get the smell of all that freshly baked bread. And then as we continue through, you're gonna find redundancy on both sides and an enormous amount of options. That's what this is all about. A great vacation, there's something for everyone, and there truly is something for everyone here. So tonight, you got international flavors. They're gonna make some pasta dishes to order for you. You've got some of your classic grill items over here. And then as we continue along, you're gonna have the salad bar. Of course, you've got the most important part, the fruit bar. No, just kidding. Right next to the fruit bar is the desserts. I do love that they have a kids corner. It's a little bit shorter so the kiddos can grab what they want, but you're gonna find different dishes here each and every single night, but you're always guaranteed to find your favorites. So you're gonna have the burgers and things like that. So if you're looking for something quick with the family, this is a perfect spot, or you just want something ultra casual, you can grab one of the seats by the window and take advantage of those views. So over here is actually, to me, what it's all about for dinner. Some of the best Indian food I've had has been right here. So you've got an Indian selection. They've got several different international flavors. And of course, they have some of the best Indian chefs around. So you would expect amazing food. Now, seating wise, it wraps all the way around. So that's something that's different that debuted on the Wonder of the Seas, and it makes it so much larger and the flow better. You're gonna find that this feels less crowded than Windjammers throughout the fleet, just simply because of the flow and the expanded space. So you've got large tables here, you've got high top tables, tables for 2, 4, up to 10. You've got tables along the window that look down to the boardwalk, and tables that look out at the ocean. But more than that, it wraps all the way around the back. So you're gonna find more seating in the back, but I want you to take you over to the Coca-Cola machines here just to show you what those are all about. Now they're in several spaces. If you do buy the beverage package or the soda package, you're gonna be able to utilize this. So they're gonna give you a tumbler. There's an RFID chip in the bottom, so it's gonna work for your cruise. You just set it right here, and you can pick, once again, exactly what you want. You can mix and match, make something crazy there, or just get your favorites. Now I wanted to point out the other beverage stations as well. So you've got a selection of teas that you can utilize each and every single day. They also have decaf and regular drip coffee. You've got hot water for those teas, hot chocolate. You also have whole milk and half and half. Continuing on the other side, you're gonna have different styles of juices. So today for the evening, you've got lemonade, orange juice, apple juice, iced tea. And I love that because my kids love apple juice. I love that they understand that and they always have great options available. Here you've got your water and ice, but you're gonna find these all throughout the Windjammer and in some of the other locations, once again, all included in your fare. Debuting on the Wonder of the Seas, the Mason jar was a hit from day one. Now this is all about delicious Southern comfort food. On sea days, you'll have brunch in here. It's absolutely delicious. If you wanna see what it's all about, we have a Danny Dines episode where I dined on everything in the menu, and it is absolutely fantastic Southern food. Now you're gonna have all your favorite, from shrimp and grits to delicious Johnny cakes, all kinds of wonderful brunch options, but I actually love it even more at dinner. You can get your classic meat and two and a po' boy. It's all your favorite kind of Southern collection from the Southern states. You're gonna find that it's absolutely delicious fish, land, and of course, fried green tomatoes and all your favorite appetizers. Now I really appreciate this space. It's beautifully designed, and you also get the incredible floor to ceiling views. So you've got booths on the far side, you've got tables for 2, 4, and of course they can put them together to accommodate a larger group. But what's very unique about the Mason Jar is it's more than just a restaurant. It's also a bar and music experience. So you have a really nice long bar here. I definitely recommend stopping by before dinner or well, just about any time because they generally have some amazing country music in the evenings. It's one of my favorite places to be on any Royal Caribbean ship. They've got rocking chairs looking out at the ocean. They've got high top bar tables and then the bar wraps all the way around. Make sure you try that delicious apple pie old fashioned or peanut butter and jelly old fashioned. They've got some unique creations here in addition to all of the classics. Now, if you're looking for some delicious Southern food, make sure you utilize this as part of a dining package or purchase it a la carte. But I highly recommend booking ahead, especially for brunch, as it will fill up. Now we're headed into the Adventure Ocean Center. This is all about the kids. I started with Adventure Ocean when I was about 7 years old. My brother and I had an absolute blast, and now my kids get to enjoy it. And what I love about Royal is they actually start their services all the way down at 6 months old, and then you can go all the way through the teen years. And your kids are gonna ask to come back time and time again. And I can tell you when you're out there having an amazing meal, they're having a blast here. It's perfect for every member of the family. Now let's tour this space. Hey, what's up, bro? This guy's always monkeying around. A lot of monkey business in Adventure Ocean. But as we head further in, I wanted to point out the escape room here. So we're not gonna take you in there and ruin the surprise, but it's an escape room. It's a blast. You definitely wanna sign up on the first day because it can and will fill up. You're gonna have all kinds of pop-up activities, not just here, but around the ship for families. They'll do parades, they'll do things like face painting and balloon making. In fact, they've got the balloon making right here. Everyone loves a good balloon sword fight, I'm just saying. As we head right around the corner, you're gonna see the arena, but first, I wanna take you into AO Babies. Now behind me, you'll find AO Babies. They start at 6 months old. Keep in mind, depending on the cruise, it's either 6 or 1 year for a minimum. Depends on the length of trip and the amount of sea days. But what's great about this is it is a drop-off service. So you can drop the kiddos off, go out and enjoy and have a great time, and then come back together as a family. Not too many cruise lines have it for the littlest kiddos. I know for one, it's been amazing for me and my family. If this is perfect for you, it's a great option that they have it. Now, as we head forward from AO Babies, the first stop is the workshop. Now, for your kiddos that are super creative, that's my daughter. She loves to color, make clay, do all kinds of stuff. That's what you're gonna find in here. They'll have different projects and games throughout the cruise. And what I love about it is they've kind of separated out the spaces. So it's really more right brain, left brain, and it's accommodating the child and what they're looking for. Here is the play place. So that's exactly what this is, where you can come, kiddos of all ages. You can start with the youngest ones. I know with my son, it was really nice to have him have a place to come get his energy out, play with all the different things, do a little bit of coloring, go down the little slide there. It's a blast for them. Now, as we continue to head back, you're gonna find the next set up from the youngest cruisers. So this is the AO Juniors. They do separate the age groups out. So you've got 6 months to 3 years old, and then you're gonna have 3 to 5. Now, as I walk around here, it feels very much like my house. I've got all the toys out and things happening. So you've got a massive screen TV here where they can do different kinds of movie nights. They can enjoy all their favorite shows. They can even make it interactive with some of the games as well. So you've got this little bookstore here. I love the way that they have this set up. There's a little something for everyone. They'll do arts and crafts. They'll do plenty of active activities as well. So whether your kiddo's the one that's want to get out and run and play, they've got them covered. They want to do a little coloring and dig into something more educational, they've got that as well. Now, the AO Theater is a theater for the kiddos. So they'll do a puppet show. They can also use it for different styles of entertainment as well. So it all comes together. The next thing we're gonna see is the arena, but you can imagine having the theater here, the workshop. There is something for every kiddo. Now, for the 4 to 12-year-olds, you're gonna find this larger space. It's more of a Montessori style experience where the kids really pick what they want to do. There's gonna be a lot of activities happening. Once again, whether it's arts and crafts, something more active here at the arena. I love that they have all the technology as well. So you've got that interactive wall back over there. But this is where they can have games like Gaga Ball. That's my daughter's favorite. Lots of fun. I know, once again, this was where you would probably find me back in the day, but I also love that they have all the video games now. Didn't have that back in the early 80s when I was cruising for the first time. So they have a jukebox here where you can take advantage of that. You can pick your own songs. You've got several different styles of video games here with the video loungers. You've got more games over on the far side there with Barnacle Bills. And then here you have another television, hangout space, foosball, and I love these interactive game tables. So once again, to me, vacation is all about choice. And the cool thing with these is you can press the button and then you can choose from many, many different styles of games to play. It's incredibly engaging, but to me, it's all about the counselors here. They love what they do. They all have a background in child development. They're here because they want to share their love of cruising with your kiddos. Once again, it's perfect for every member of the family. That's what Royal Caribbean's all about. Oh, hey, sorry. Just trying to act like a teenager since I'm in Social 100. This is the teen club here on board. It's a great space, and once again, teens are generally the hardest audience to appease, so if you can keep them happy, we're all gonna be happy. I taught middle school for a long time, I definitely know that, and I love the way they've set this space up. They've got these little cozy nooks where you can sit, relax, and hang out. They've got a photo booth when you come in. You also have some large TVs, play some video games. They've got several stations down below, bean bags, and I love that they have these digital tables right in the middle. You can sit and play a variety of games. Now you've got a jukebox in here, foosball, lots of places to spread out. Now they will do some events around the ship. There's also the great sun deck area as well. Plenty of spaces for the teens to hang out and be teens. Now set just after the solarium, right in front of the water slides, you'll find the teen sun deck. I love that they have this space. You have a party here later in the day, and of course come enjoy the hot tub over there. You've also got the large TV with some bean bags, places to hang out, have movie night, and lots of little lounge style places. From here you can overlook the pool deck to one side. You've got more furniture over here as well. Really cool British phone booth, not sure exactly what it does, but I love that. And then if you wrap all the way around, there's a gate. The other side is a sun deck, but I love the amount of space that's dedicated to teens. If they're happy, we're all gonna be happy. I know that. I was a teacher for a very long time at middle school, and I love that they've given this space to the teenagers. Now, who doesn't love an arcade? I know I certainly love arcade. Some people think it's just for kids, it's for dads as well. You've got all your favorite games. You got bowling, basketball, different styles of games where you can earn points. You've got air hockey wrapped around the corner. You've got several different claw style games. As we continue along, you've got the more grown-up sized basketball. They also have one down on the boardwalk. You've got more air hockey, some great racing games as well, and then all kinds of claw games. Make sure you have that conversation. These do come at additional cost, but if you want to play and have a blast, why not? For some reason, I feel like I need Lloyd Christmas right here. Well, anyway, speaking about Christmas, Giovanni's is delicious and celebratory. I love Giovanni's Italian kitchen and wine bar. Now, personally, I'm a huge fan of Jamie's Italian. They've been great on the other ships, but when they debuted this concept on Freedom, they've continued to take it to another level. On Icon, it was amazing, and here, I think it's even better for several reasons. Let me take you inside and show you why. Now, as soon as you walk in, you're gonna find a place where you can get delicious Italian wines and some wonderful light bites. Now, what I really appreciate about this concept is that it is truly a wine bar Italian style. So you can get your favorite tapas over there, they'll put them all together for you, and then you have the huge bar that goes all the way down. But it's really multiple experiences in one. So you can come by here in the evening and enjoy that, or just enjoy the bar. But as soon as you get to this point, you see the incredible views and know it's different than any other Giovanni's in the fleet. Let me take you downstairs and show you why. Now we just stepped down the stairs here. You can see the large wine cabinet behind me, and you also have another one of those great open kitchen concepts here, so you get all the delicious smells as soon as you arrive. What I find is that Italian restaurants are in just about every all-inclusive and cruise ship in the world because everyone loves Italian food and they do it better than most. Spent a lot of time in Italy. In fact, I used to lead tours in Italy for years, and it's one of Harr Travel's specialties still. And what I love about this is you've got some great dishes that taste authentic, and then some that are made for the American taste that are over the top. But I really appreciate that they have some delicious pizzas here. They've got a fantastic pizza oven just in the back, one of the evolutions of this product. Now you've got beautiful seating down here. You've got kind of tables tucked away, larger tables on either side, tables for 2 and 4, but they also have something new. And in this spot, you're gonna find the beautiful views over the boardwalk, and you can dine inside or outside. Let's check that out now. Now we just stepped outside to the balcony. No restaurant in this space on the other Oasis Class has ever been used this way, and I really do like it. Of course, you can choose to dine indoors or outdoors, but you do get those ocean views in the back, but you get the classic Oasis Class views as well. So if you want an outdoor dining experience, make sure you request this. If you want one indoors, they've got that as well, along with the delicious options up at the wine bar. Now, if you love to rock out, you're gonna really enjoy the music hall. This is a great music venue here on board. It's 2 stories. Up above, you've got a bar, some huge TVs. You're also gonna find a pool table. And down below here, you're gonna find the stage. Now, we've been rocking out with Phoenix here on board. Royal brings in all kinds of different bands and musical acts. You can also use this space for lots of different events. We've actually coordinated weddings in here and much, much more. Now, you've got quite a bit more seating down below with the booth style seating. You've got tables for 2 and 4. You've got them facing the stage here. And then right here in the middle, you're gonna have a large dance floor. Now you've got a bar down here as well. I really do appreciate that they have one each upstairs and downstairs, and you can access that through the stairs there or just from a deck up above. Once again, this is all about the music, but it's also a phenomenal group space. Let us know and we'd be happy to help coordinate. Now we're headed out into Central Park, another incredible wonder that you'll find here on Royal Caribbean with the Oasis Class, also Icon Class, It's something unlike anything you see on a cruise ship. There are thousands and thousands of live plants here, and as you walk through, you don't necessarily feel like you're on a cruise ship. You feel like you're in a really incredible place. All the beautiful plants, as you can see. You've got the elephant statue just behind over here. And what you're gonna find is restaurants, bars, and it's also a wonderful music scene. Now it is open to the elements. Right at the front, you're gonna find that they have umbrellas for you. So maybe a little bit of inclement weather as you head into one of the restaurants, they've got you covered there. Now as we start to head forward on the ship, you're gonna find that you've got the Rising Tide Bar. This is a bar that can go between the Royal Promenade and up to Central Park. It's actually an experience. So you grab a drink, go on a little elevator ride, if you will, but you get to transition from 2 different neighborhoods on the ship, and of course, have a delicious drink. Why not? You see more plants wrapped all the way around, and now we're gonna step into Central Park 150. As we step inside Central Park 150, you see the beautiful mosaic, one of the signatures of this restaurant throughout the Oasis Class, and you're gonna find a very similar concept. It's a delicious farm-to-table option. It's the most elevated of all the specialties here at Royal Caribbean, and it's right in Central Park, as the name would say. Now you're gonna find some delicious appetizers. It's all about freshness there. Lots of delicious vegetables and seafood options, but the mains are what it's all about. That beef tenderloin is their signature, but they also have lobster thermidor. So many more options. You can put it together and have the most decadent meal you've had. Now here you'll find tables for 6 and 4, tables for 2, and of course they can accommodate larger parties as well. But you'll notice that it is a smaller space. They do have a phenomenal wine collection here that they can pair, and some of the best sommeliers, not only at this restaurant, but in the fleet are here. Now make sure that you do pre-book, as I started to mention. It is one of the smaller restaurants here, but it's really high quality and delicious. Now, as we head out from 150 Central Park, you're gonna see Rising Tide once again. It's a really nice, large bar. You've got some great flora and fauna wrapped all the way around. And I love that they even have real trees in here. Now there's great seating areas. You're gonna find a bench style seat over here. You also have some seating at the trellis bar. And right in the middle, you're gonna have even more seating where you can take advantage of these incredible views. It really opens up right here in the middle. You can see the living wall on either side. And we're gonna wrap right around to a phenomenal steakhouse experience. This is Chop's Grill. Right here you see you've got some of the outdoor seating areas. It is protected up above, and then continuing along you've got more outdoor seating, and now we're gonna head inside and check it out. Very similar to what you'll find on all the other Oasis Class ships, Chop's is right in Central Park. It's a nice large restaurant, both indoors and outdoors, and it's a classic, unapologetic steakhouse. One of the things I love though, is as soon as you walk in, you've got that open kitchen concept. You get the steaks coming, but one thing that they've taken this to another level with, similar to Icon of the Seas, is they've added a signature cut of beef, and it is absolutely delicious. In fact, some of the best I've ever had on a cruise ship. You're gonna find that classic Chops menu, all your favorite steakhouse appetizers, of course, every cut of beef that you can imagine, and some delicious seafood options as well. But don't leave out time for the dessert, because you're gonna absolutely love that. Chops is one of the classic Royal Caribbean options, and it does fill up quick. Make sure you pre-book. Now, as we continue forward, we'll find the Trellis Bar. It's a great place to get a drink. They provide service all the way around. Once again, amazing bartenders, and look at this setting. In fact, I think I'll have a drink now. Here we go. Here you go, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, look, there's even a drink for Taylor. Cheers. Now, as we cut across from the Trellis Bar, once again, you can see that incredible living wall on either side, all live plants in here, and it really does change the atmosphere. Now, I've always loved the trellises that they have in Central Park. You get to walk by, it's gonna grow out here in just a bit. Hey, what's up, hungry hippo? And then you're gonna find that this is a great place to sit and relax. So you get all the plants around you. It's also a great place for some Instagram photos, maybe some wedding photos, but you've got more of the live plants and amazing statues. Now, in the past, what you found is the Italian restaurant here. Now, Giovanni's is in a different place, as we've already showed you, but this is Azumi, and it is massive. And you guys know how much I personally love Azumi. I love that they have Azumi in the park. So you can get your favorite rolls. All you gotta do is step up. You can purchase them right here, head on out and enjoy. And then, of course, the incredible Azumi experience. Let's check that out now. All right, you guys know what time it is. My favorite restaurant on board, and with every Royal Caribbean ship, Azumi Sushi and Hibachi. It's got something for everyone, and this is the biggest that they've built, and I absolutely love that. So we started off right on the sushi side, essentially. So you've got a wide variety of delicious Japanese options to choose from. You've got all your favorite sushis and sashimis, nigiris, all of it, but you're also gonna find some delicious teriyakis, and of course, you've gotta save some room for some amazing dessert options as well. But here you'll have tables for 2, 4 larger groups. You're really gonna order off of that specific menu. And then continuing along, you're gonna have the sushi bar. This is my favorite place to sit. You get to interact with the chefs. They do an incredible job. They're some of the best in the world. And of course, on Royal Caribbean's newest ship, they've taken some of the best from the fleet. So you've got a nice long bar here. You can sit, once again, 2 and 4, and oftentimes this is open or the outside is open when the others may be full. Now, something brand new for Utopia is the omakase experience. So it's got up to 6 people. You can book it, essentially for 2 or 4, or you can book all 6. It's a little bit over $100 fees, but you're gonna love it because the chef's gonna put together an incredible sushi display. If it's something that you love at home, you're gonna really love it here, or it might be the perfect time to try something for the first time. Now, in addition to this vast sushi restaurant, they also have the massive hibachi section. And what I love about that is there's plenty more space. So you've got the omakase room here, and then we're gonna head, it's kind of a transition period. Just behind us is the galley, actually. And then as soon as we step in, you can see this is a nice, large space. My family loves this experience because it's dinner and a show. You've got all your favorites, whether you want a vegetarian option, of course, different kinds of land and sea, so you can have those delicious shrimp. I'm always gonna get that steak. Chicken's great too. But what they're gonna do is they're gonna make that fried rice experience, and they're gonna make it completely interactive. So it's perfect for every single member of the family. You're gonna rock out, sing along, have a great time, but this is the one that you definitely wanna book early on. It's so incredibly popular that it does fill out. So you can see here, you've got 2 tables on the far side here, 2 in the middle, 2 over to the side as well. Once again, it's quite a bit larger than you're gonna find on any of the other ones in the fleet. It's a really fantastic experience. Now, we've seen some wonderful upgraded restaurant experiences, and right in the middle here, you're gonna find that they do music in the park. It's some wonderful ambiance later in the evening. I really appreciate that, but it's also a great place to sit during the day. Now, if you're looking for something casual to eat, I love the Park Cafe as a great option. You're gonna find that you have seating outside and inside, but it's some really great, delicious fare. Let's check it out now. Now, we're here at lunchtime. Keep in mind they have some breakfast specialties, and it's open until later into the evening. So you've got some grab-and-go fruits. You also have some pre-made sandwiches here. And of course, you've got to try the kumovek. It is delicious. They have it on all the royal ships. You got the big roll there. You got a big hunk of meat. Pretty darn good. Now, you've got some great dessert options. You're also going to find that you have a full salad bar here. You can create your own salads. They've got some chips back there. And on the other side, you're going to have a full beverage station. Now, you can take advantage of any of those options there. You can head back. There's a large indoor seating area, a large outdoor seating area as well. Once again, there are tons of complimentary options here on board. Now, as we head back into the park, you're gonna find more seating here for the Central Park Cafe. You've got a skylight that looks down into the promenade, and you're gonna find some really cool statues. I love my monkey friend here. You're gonna find these around the ship. One of those specialties of Utopia. See you later, bro. You know it. He knows. But right in the corner, you're gonna find some really wonderful high-end jewelry options. So if you're looking to take your jewelry experience to another level, spoil your spouse, this is a place to go. You can do a little bit of window shopping or purchase as well. Now, I do love that they have these signs that explain what all the different plants are. And then continuing, you're gonna find even more plants on this side. You've got the rhino just to the side here. In fact, you've got the elephant on one end and a rhino on the other. What do you think would happen if they had a baby? Elephino. Now, with a ship this size, you would imagine an amazing, huge fitness center, and of course, they have that as you would expect. You've got a ton of cardio equipment, treadmills all along the wall here. You actually have a whole wall of treadmills on the far side. You can look out at those beautiful ocean views. You're also gonna have several rowing machines, different styles of bikes, ellipticals, stair steppers, and then on the far side here, they've got a couple different kinds of bikes as well, and more elliptical machines. Right in the middle is where you're gonna find a vast majority of the circuit equipment. So it's world class. You can find everything that you can do at your gym at home. In fact, it might even be more extensive. So you see you've got lower body on this side, upper body over here. It rotates through. You got a leg press machine over there, and then several different ways to use the plates and the free weights. Far side there, you're gonna find a Smith machine here. You've got a pulley machine on the far side there. And then you're also gonna find that you have all your free weights. I love that they have the larger weights as well. I can aspire, of course, but you have a wide variety here to choose from. You're also gonna find all of your favorite cardio, as I mentioned, on this side as well. Now, in addition to that, they also have some great fitness classes. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, here you see they've got this set up for spin. They've got all the spin shoes. I love that they have the TVs, the music, and of course your coach right up front. A little bit of competition goes a long way when it comes to exercise. Just through the door there, they also have an aerobic studio. If you want to do some yoga, some stretching, they've got the mats, the blocks. They really have a full fitness center here where you can take advantage of any and all of it, or you can walk on by as you head to the bar. It's up to you. Now just behind me, you'll actually see the door that comes from the fitness center down. So there's a flight of stairs, and I love that they have a dedicated track space here on board. What's great about it is you can cover a lot of distance. It's a great place for a nice morning walk, or maybe in the evening if you want to walk off all the food that you ate, maybe a few of the drinks that you enjoyed. But there's also some great spaces as well where you can play some games and relax. Just outside the Vitality Spa, you'll find the full service salon. So you've got manicures and pedicures on the far side. Love they even have the big enough ones for my size, 15 feet. Always take care of your feet. Learned that in boot camp and been doing it ever since. You've got your small check-in area here, and then on the other side, you're gonna find the salon. So you can have a radical new hairstyle or treatment, or you can just get done up to head out and have an amazing time here on board. Once again, if you want a little pampering on vacation, this is your spot. Now keep in mind, there's quite a bit of retail opportunities here. If you're interested, you can take advantage of those duty-free prices and stock up on your favorite spa items. You're also gonna have this Medi-Spa experience here with IV therapy. So they do several different styles. I love that concept here. I know it's gotten really popular on land. I've done it myself, come back with a lot of energy and super hydrated, ready to head out for another night on board. Now, once you check in upstairs, they'll usher you right down here, and then they'll direct you to the relaxation room. The whole concept here is they'll have you fill out a little bit of paperwork, make sure to answer all the questions so your therapist can give you the exact treatment you're looking for. Now we're currently in the gents changing room. So before your treatment, you'll come here, you can change, you'll get your robe on, and then you'll get ready to head out and enjoy. One of the great things here is, of course, they've got the lockers to store your things, but they also are gonna have showers. So after you have your massage, you can come here, shower up, head out, and enjoy your day. So now we're inside one of the Medi-Spa rooms. Of course, they have the IV therapy. They have lots of different options to choose from. They even have the thermage and the cool sculpting. It's great. You eat whatever you want, just sculpt it right on off. Now, if you're looking for a great massage, a facial, a wrap, they've got you covered. And one of the things I love is you can do it as a couples treatment. I know my wife and I love to do that. Maybe the kiddos are at the kids club having an amazing time. We can have a nice vacation moment here and enjoy, and each person can customize to their own personal needs. For me, I love the hot stone massage. I also like a deep tissue massage, especially after flying across the country. But whatever you're looking for, they've got you covered here at the Vitality Spa. Now, one of the spa upgrades that you may want to consider is the thermal suite. I love that they have these hot stone loungers. They're ergonomic and they're heated from the bottom. I've had a bad back for quite a while. I use these all the time. In addition, you're also gonna have two different experience showers on either side. You've got an aroma steam room, and then you're also gonna have that infrared sauna. So you can use it as a circuit of sorts. And then of course, you could grab a book, sit here, relax, and enjoy. I also love the beautiful mosaic wall here. It's all very soothing and relaxing. To me, nothing says vacation like a nice massage or a spa experience. If that's your idea of a perfect vacation, you're gonna love the Vitality Spa. Now, I personally love the boardwalk experience on Royal Caribbean. As you walk out, you know you're at something totally different than you expect on a cruise ship. Now you can see here, it's an evolution of a carousel horse, because right in the middle, you're gonna find a family-friendly carousel. Now you'll find these incredibly carved horses. It's a really cool experience, it's complimentary, and it's kind of like the anchor of the entire boardwalk. I know my daughter, when she was littler, we went on it many, many times. My son now absolutely loves it as well, and we get together as the family. Now just behind, you've got a small arcade area here, and one of my favorite characters, Zoltar. If you remember the movie Big, I always remember it from as being a kiddo, but you'll find it on all the boardwalks, and it's also on Icon as well. Keep in mind, we've got the Icon ship tour and all the rooms and suites if you want to check out that ship class in addition. Now just behind me, you're gonna find the Boardwalk Doghouse. So if you're looking for some delicious hot dogs or brats, it's a complimentary experience. Step on up, grab it, and then of course you can get all your favorite condiments exactly the way you like it. Now, as we start to head aft, one of our first stops is Sugar Beach. Now, if you have a sweet tooth like I do, you're gonna love this shop. It's all your favorite candy. As a kid, I remember going to the beach each summer with my family. My parents would rent a house or an apartment with some friends, and we would always want to go to the candy shop, and it makes me nostalgic for that and for some of the candy as well. You've got some great gelatos that you can purchase in there. They've got lots of different candies that you can purchase and kind of mix and match, or of course, those giant suckers, absolutely delicious. As we continue along, you can see some of the seating areas for Sugar Beach. So of course you can grab that ice cream, come out and enjoy the Caribbean air. And right next door, you'll find the kids shop. My daughter and I went in there quite a few times. They've got lots of cool items, not just clothing, but also different kinds of stuffies, because you know, we all need more stuffies in our life if you're a parent. And then you also have some backpacks, lots of fun little things. In fact, we got a great Lego set in there the last time we were on board. And now we get to one of my favorite stops. Debuting on the Voyager of the Seas, Royal Caribbean's had a partnership with Johnny Rockets for quite some time, and I love that you've got one right here on the boardwalk. Now, those of you who know Johnny Rockets know it's a 50s style diner. I grew up on 50s, mid-60s music. My dad absolutely loved them. I remember going in our van, cranking up those 8-track tapes, maybe some Chuck Berry. You're gonna find that right here. So it's a really classic diner experience, delicious chili, delicious burgers, really a fantastic menu, and it's all high quality. Now, it is a specialty restaurant in the afternoon and evening. It's a small upgrade charge. I love that actually. It helps with kind of crowd control, if you will, but you have some delicious options, and you can also take advantage of their milkshakes. Now, a secret thing is for breakfast, it's absolutely delicious. I think it's kind of a specialty experience, and it's at no additional cost. So if you're looking for a delicious breakfast option, look no further than Johnny Rockets, and of course, later in the afternoon and late into the evening. Just across from Johnny Rockets, you'll find Playmakers Sports Bar and Grill. It's exactly what you want from a sports bar. You've got a ton of TVs in here. There's dozens and dozens of televisions. You've got a great bar anchoring the middle that wraps around. You've got seating just to the side with booths, high top pub style seating, and then just outside you have more high pub top style seating as well. What's great about that is if there's a party or something going on, you can be part of it and still enjoying that experience. Of course, delicious drinks. You've got quite a few beers on tap. You've got an owner's box experience tucked in the corner if you want a little bit of private space to watch the big game. Make sure you check on that as soon as you arrive on board because it will fill up. Continuing along, you've got more seating over to the side here. You've got more seating outside. But what you're gonna find from that menu, in addition to the delicious drinks, is wings and burgers. My favorite with my kiddos is to stop by and get one of the ice cream sundaes. It's in a baseball helmet and it's absolutely out of this world. But you've got all your favorite pub and grill style food. This does come at an additional cost, but I will say it's elevated fare. Just to the side in Playmakers, you've got a sports and arcade room. So you've got a highest top style seat here right in the middle. You've got a couch over on the far side. And then here you're gonna find that you have some classic games. I love that. These are some of the games I played as a kid. I love that I can come in here and play those. You've got foosball here. You also have some racing games. Now those do come at additional costs. And then across, once again, massive large TVs. One of the great things with Royal Caribbean is they have invested in the different sports packages so you can watch your favorite games at sea. Now, personally, when I think of the Oasis class of ships, I always think of the Aqua Theater. It is a phenomenal space, and they put on some of the best entertainment on the planet. I watched the water show last night. It's an 80s tribute, if you will, but it was such high energy. The cast was incredible. And watching people dive off those top high dives, it's really quite spectacular. I'm not sure if you can see it, but up above, they have the Highliners up there. They're walking across that. It's really quite an incredible experience. The entire audience was going crazy. We were singing along and having a wonderful time. Now that's just one type of entertainment that they can do here. Of course, you definitely want to not miss out on the Aqua show. You've got 2 large screens here. They use it with the show, but they'll also play movies. You'll also be able to use this for big sporting events. In fact, watch the NC2A tournament out here not that long ago on their sister ship. And it's really quite an incredible engineering marvel. Down below, you can see it looks like a stage right now. In fact, they're setting up for Meghan Trainor's concert here. She is the godmother of the Utopia of the Seas, and just a couple days ago, we were right here in this space. Rev Run from Run DMC was spinning the records, Meghan Trainor was singing, and of course christened this incredible ship. So they use this for all styles of entertainment, and what I wanted to point out as well is right up above, you're gonna find those Aqua Theater suites. These are some of our best-selling suites in the entire cruise industry. People love them because you have wonderful 2-bedroom options that are star class, you have wonderful 1-bedroom options that are sky class as well. So not only do you get that incredible suite experience, but you can be part of the show. They've got balconies that wrap all the way around, so you've got side-facing views, you've got aft-facing views, and of course, it's a great place to have a drink and watch a show or have a delicious meal on your balcony. We've got those on our channel if you want to check all of them out, and of course, make sure you reach out to Harr Travel when you're ready to book so we can help you get the most value for your money. Now, the Aqua Theater is amazing. Surrounding it, you also have something incredible with all of the rock climbing walls. They're on both sides. There's quite a few tracks up. Growing up, I love the rock walls. My brother and I used to race all the time. I won. He says it's because I'm taller. You can decide for yourself, but it's just a blast to do with friends. You can kind of progress up as well. They've got from easy to quite hard, so you can take advantage of another complimentary option here on board. And when you're watching the show or maybe dining at Playmakers and the kiddos need to get some energy out, they also have a great playscape just behind. It's one of my daughter's favorites on the ship. Heading aft from the theater, we're heading out to the Royal Promenade. Now, the Royal Promenade was a game changer when it was introduced on the Voyage of the Seas, and they keep making it better and better. And you'll find with Utopia, it's actually quite a bit wider than its previous ships. It's a great place to gather. They do all kinds of parades here, social gatherings, and there's wonderful places to eat, drink, and shop. Now, behind me, you'll find Starbucks. It's a real Starbucks kiosk, all your favorites that you can get at home. I love that you can extend that to your vacation if you'd like. Now, as we continue through, we'll head into Bolero's nightclub. Now, this is a Latin-themed nightclub. It's all about having high energy, having some delicious drinks, and gathering together with friends. Now, they use it for different events during the day, but at the end of the day, literally, at the night, you're gonna find this is generally one of the most high energy spots on the ship where you can have delicious cocktails and dance to some salsa, merengue, whatever it is that you'd like. Now, if you're walking down the promenade and you hear some horrific sounds, it's me ruining everybody's eardrums here at Spotlight Karaoke. It's a great place to gather. It's an absolute blast. Used to be a bartender back in the day. I loved karaoke night, and I still love attending today. So you can see the stage right up front there. They've got TVs all around, so you can be part of the experience as well. But what's great is with the large flat panel TVs and the full bar, they also use this for different things. I've just watched the big game in here, big events as well. In addition to one of my favorite cruise ship things, which is trivia, of course. But it's a great place to gather together. I love that it's right on the promenade and easily accessible. Now, if you want to gather with some friends and have a unique upgraded experience, they do have the platinum and gold private karaoke studios. You've got the microphones, you got the big screen, the loudspeakers. So if you're embarrassed to do it out there, or you just want to rock out with your friends, make sure you check it out early because they will fill up. Right down the middle of the promenade, you'll find a shopping arcade of sorts. They've got several different pop-up shops. If you want to get your ship model, make sure you stop by. Those do sell out pretty often, and they're so cool to have at home. You've got lots of shopping here, including the Royal logo shop. So that's where you're gonna find everything with a crown and anchor on it. Of course, you can have Utopia branded gear as well. They've a lot of great options. Continuing along, they have different sweatshirts and hats and mugs. They really have a wide variety. And then you're gonna find port merchants. Now, this is where you can get duty-free tobacco, alcohol, lots of little gifts and sundries and things like that. But the reason people shop on cruise ships is really because of the duty-free prices. For things like that, you're gonna find that you have really high taxes at home generally, so the prices can be quite a savings. Now, keep in mind, if you purchase alcohol, they will deliver it to you later on in the cruise. It's not necessarily meant for consumption here. Now, right down the middle, you've got a beautiful sculpture. It's a massive seashell. I see seashells by the seashore as well, but you're gonna find each and every single royal ship with a promenade has a cool sculpture of some sort, and this is an evolution. Now, if you know Royal Caribbean and you love to cruise, you know Sorrento's Pizza. This is a place that's open usually from later in the morning until very, very early the next morning. I've been known to have a few slices of pie here myself. Well, a few hundred slices of pie here myself. Well, anyway, you've got the entrance right over to the side there. You've got a lot of seating here, so you've got it extended out onto the promenade as well. Now, as we cut across, we're gonna find the Bell and Barley. Now, this is that classic English pub style experience. You're gonna find a full bar in the back. You've got seating out here. You've got seating with booths and tables inside. And one of the great things is they'll have live music every single night. So you'll have a guitar player usually. They're phenomenal. You can sing along, request your favorite songs. It's also just a great place to gather together with friends. Now, if you want to take advantage of those different types of parades that I mentioned earlier, and it's really exceptional, and you're gonna find that these are some of the best seats in the house on either side. Now, one of the things that I love that they do with this ship is the whole place turns into a party. Up there is actually a bandstand where you've got the full band rocking out. Down here, they'll do several different styles of parties here. Utopia is all about an incredible weekend or 4-day cruise, and they've really doubled down on that with the entertainment. Now, just behind me, you'll find the accessory palace. This is where you can buy different kinds of upgraded bags, lots of high-end retail options as well. Now, one of the places that you definitely want to stop by while you are on board is the next cruise desk. We know you're gonna have a great cruise. Royal knows you're gonna have a great cruise, so they give discounts, promotions essentially, that you can only take advantage of on board. Now, if we booked your cruise, that cruise is gonna come right back over so we can provide great service to you. Of course, if you'd like to work with Harr Travel, we'll give you that information, just let us know, and we would love to help you book on board. We can even have a consultation before you arrive on board so you know exactly what you want, and you can maximize those benefits without eating into your vacation time. Continuing an incredible tradition, you're gonna see this beautiful Pontiac there. I love that classic car concept that you're gonna find throughout the Royal Caribbean fleet. Now, directly across, you'll find Cafe Promenade. So this complements Sorrento's Pizzeria. It's a great dining space, all complimentary here. You've got a small Starbucks kiosk in there. You're also gonna find all the different juices and waters and teas and coffees that we showed you upstairs. You've got a good seating area, and what I love is they've got great grab-and-go food. So if you want a little bit of fruit or a sandwich, maybe something for breakfast in the morning, some pastries, you can grab those, head on out and enjoy right here, and it also extends out onto the promenade. Now, continuing along, you'll find the Rising Tide. Once again, an Oasis Class concept. It's so cool. You've got a huge bar. It's up in Central Park right now, and it actually will come down to the bottom deck here with the promenade. Now, it's an experience. You got to give a little time aside if you want to participate in there, but you'll just head in here when it comes down. You can grab a drink, sit, relax. Where else in the world can you go 3 stories up in a bar on a cruise ship? Now, just behind me, you'll find guest services. Think of this as the front desk of a hotel. They can take care of any questions to do with money, your room. They're really here to assist with just about everything. But keep in mind that it does get busy the first day and the last day. We always recommend you do your business during the cruise. That way you don't have to worry about it before you head on out. Now on the far side here, you've got Regalia Fine Watches. You're gonna have some really cool options in there. Once again, you can take advantage of the duty-free prices. So if you wanna spoil your spouse or yourself, make sure to stop by or just do some window shopping. Finally, at the end, we're gonna find the Voom Internet Desk. Now, Voom is powered by Starlink. You've seen incredible increases of speeds over the years. If you have any questions about the internet that's included or purchasing it or getting it to work on your device, this is the spot to be. On the other side, you're gonna find the port and shopping desk. So if you have questions about shopping while you're in port, they're gonna answer all of those. They do have certain places that they work with where they can guarantee the products for you. Now, one of the things that I was most excited about when I saw the renderings for the ship was the Pesky Parrot. Now on the other ships, this is where the bionic bar was. This is a huge improvement to me. I absolutely love it. It's that classic tiki bar style. Of course, you can see all the tropicalness. They've got lots of different things that are already pre-made, so you can have some delicious tropical options there, but you gotta go for the Mai Tai. In fact, it's one of the best Mai Tais I've ever had, and the bartenders are what it's all about. They're here to keep you smiling and laughing. You can see the tropical furniture here. You've got a swing style in the middle, lots of bar seating. You've got tables for 2 and 4, and then more lounge style seating in the back. But what I really appreciate about it is it does extend out. So it's really open, a little bit different than what you've seen with the tiki bars on some of the other ships. You've got more seating out here. There's actually more extended seating on the far side as well. Set just above the promenade, you're gonna find Focus Photo Gallery. Now they actually have a full studio back there. So if you want to do some portraits, you can definitely book a time for that. I love that because everybody's together on a cruise with family. You can do some great family portraits or maybe even that Christmas card option. In addition, they have the Focus Photo Gallery. So they're going to be taking photos throughout the cruise when you board, disembark, if you'd like. And if you want to purchase those, you can do it right here. And what I love is it's all digital. You just tap your SeaPass card there. It's going to pull up all your photos. You can purchase one digitally, all of them digitally, or you can get them printed in different mediums. Now the final spot is right behind me. It's the Shore Excursions desk. We always recommend that you pre-book your shore excursions with Royal Caribbean or any cruise line for that matter. Some can and will sell out. You don't want to be disappointed, but what you get on board, if you have questions about your shore excursions, you want to book additional ones, you can definitely work with them and they're more than happy to assist with that. Now they've done many of the excursions. They can give you insider information as well. Make sure and stop by if you have any questions. Now, the Crown and Anchor Society is one of the best loyalty programs in the entire travel industry. I've loved it for a lot of years. You get great benefits as you sail more and more with Royal Caribbean. And if you have any questions about those benefits, you need any assistance, they're here to help with that. But now we're headed into the Schooner Bar. Now, I have not been on a Royal Caribbean ship if I hadn't had a drink listening to the piano at the Schooner Bar. It's a great experience, and here it overlooks the Royal Promenade. I think it's perfectly located. You can see the pianos here just behind me. It's all a nautical theme. So the name schooner comes from the schooners that used to be in the Caribbean hundreds of years ago. You can see some really cool models, the nautical theme, and lots of great seating areas. So you've got some over here that overlook the promenade. You've got some further back as well. And then set right in the corner, you're gonna find the bar. Once again, it's the people here on board that make Royal Caribbean special. I know I've sat at the bar at Schooners bars all over the fleet throughout the years, made great friends with the bartenders, people around me. For me, it's really an exceptional experience. Now, I did want to point out, this is a modern bar as well. They actually have USB and USB-C chargers underneath if you want to charge your device. And then on the far side, if you're looking for a great place to have an overlook for one of the parties, this is the spot to be. So you've got larger furniture here. You also have bar style seating there as well. And from here, you get a really cool view of the rising tide down below, the Pesky Parrot in the distance, and you can really see the immense amount of open space. Now, one more thing I wanted to mention is that the Royal Promenade is open to the sky, well, with windows, of course, so you get that natural light. That's something that's been an evolution for Royal Caribbean's product, and I love that concept because here it feels like day, and of course you have the daylight coming in. This incredible space is the Royal Theater. You can see there is a ton of seating here. You've got seating all down below. It actually goes up stadium style, and then we're up on the balcony right now. Now, here is where you can find the main theater entertainment. The Broadway style show here on board is all in. It's high tech, it's high energy, and I love that you could sing along to all the songs. You're gonna really enjoy that aspect, but they also use this for all kinds of entertainment. It's a large space. I love that they've got that for a ship of this size, and they do a phenomenal job. In fact, nobody really does high tech like Royal. As we were sitting up here and the drones were coming up during the middle of the show, it really blew my mind once again. It seems like each and every single time Royal manages to take it to another level. On deck 4, just after the Royal Theater, you'll find an entertainment hub of sorts. You've got the box office right behind me. This is where you can book tickets. Of course, you can make changes if you need to as well, and ask all your questions about the entertainment. Behind me is Studio B. We'll head inside there in just a second. A world-class ice skating venue. It's really quite phenomenal. You're gonna have the Crown Lounge over here. It's dedicated to the top members of Royal Caribbean's Past Passenger Club. And then on the other side, you're gonna have the attic. I love the attic. It's an absolute blast. It's a comedy club. Let's head inside and check it out. Now, the attic is the place where you can go, get together, and laugh. It is the comedy club here on board. It's one of my favorite venues. I love that it's quite a bit bigger than you're gonna find on some other ships. You're gonna find a great stage up front. In fact, they're gonna have wonderful jokes. They even have a late night adult show that, well, it's really adult and it's hilarious. In fact, I love dad jokes. Do you know when a joke actually becomes a dad joke? When it's apparent, just saying. Now behind me here, you're gonna find lounge style seating, wraps all the way around. You've got these high tops and bar style seating here. You've got a full bar in here. Lots of places to sit and enjoy the comedy. Now you definitely wanna book the tickets as soon as you get on board. They will fill up, but it's an absolute blast and another great complimentary feature. So now we're inside the Crown Lounge. This is dedicated to Royal Caribbean's top levels of the Crown and Anchor Society. It's a place where you can go, meet with the concierge. They'll help make reservations. And then you've got a nice espresso maker over to the side, and they've got food over on the other side there. There's a little bar, have some light bites for breakfast, some snacks in the afternoon, and then of course those delicious appetizers in the evening. Now keep in mind, those top tiers can take advantage of drinks all around the ship. In the old days, the lounge was all about the drinks. Of course, you can get a great cocktail here, but you can also utilize those at all the other bars. It's a wonderful place, especially in the day. Tends to be very few people in here. If you want a quiet place to tuck away and read, this is an awesome spot for that. In the spot that used to be Jazz on 4 on other Oasis Class ships has been converted now throughout the fleet to a smoke-free casino. I really do love that concept that you have a place where you can go play some games, and of course it is smoke-free. You got the little buffet to the side, you can get some light bites in the evening. You got all kinds of different games here, and then you've got roulette here. You're also gonna have some table games as well. Now it's not a huge casino, but I love that they have a dedicated smoke-free space. Connecting between Studio B and the casino, you're gonna find the Park West Art Gallery. It's something you'll find on all Royal Caribbean ships. They have a partnership with Park West, like most cruise lines, where you can purchase art at sea. So they'll do auctions. They also do some great entertainment. See Peter Max over there. You've got Brito on the far side, Thomas Kincaid, lots of wonderful options to choose from. But what I love is you can just come and peruse. You can check it out and have a great viewing experience, ask them questions. Of course, if you want to purchase, you have that option. Now, ice skating and Royal Caribbean go incredibly well together. You wouldn't think that about a cruise line that has most of their ships in the Caribbean, but it started with the Voyager of the Seas, and it's been a huge hit on many, many ships since then. So you're gonna have a full-on ice production show. On this cruise, it's Utopia, spelled Y-O-U and then the Topia. You're gonna find an incredible dance party of a show, and then they also turn this into a place where you have a real dance party. Resolution, it's a nightclub experience. You use this for the quest, the adults-only scavenger hunt, and lots more fun. But at its heart, it's an ice rink. You're gonna find world-class ice skaters. In fact, Royal Caribbean is one of the largest employers of ex-Olympic ice skaters. You're gonna find an incredible crew here. They're gonna put on a dazzling show. And if you wanna lace up yourself, they also have some great free skate experiences. Now, something Royal always does well is they have a world-class casino. If you love to game on board, you can do that right here in the Royal Casino Royale. Now, you've got all kinds of table games. You've got craps, 3-card poker, ultimate hold'em, blackjack, and of course, you've got a high rollers room tucked just behind. Every different kind of slot machine you can imagine, multi-use games, and you've got the bar anchored right in the middle. Now keep in mind, there's a smoke-free casino. You do have smoking on one side of this casino as well. You pick the perfect option for you. Now the most anticipated experience on Utopia is the Royal Railway, a brand new concept for Royal Caribbean. Now here behind me, you can see it is actually a family-friendly experience, but you never know, you might get robbed on board, I've heard that. Now you've got the Utopia station here. It's meant to feel like you're going onto an old school rail car. Think of the Orient Express or one of those really cool experiences. You head back in time, that's what it's all about. Let's head on inside and join me. Now, a brand new concept for Royal Caribbean is the Royal Railway, and I have to say, it's way better than I imagined, and I imagined it to be pretty dang awesome. Standing here, it feels like I'm on a train. It's moving with me. The seats actually move a bit. You can see the interactive walls. In fact, right now it's the Wild Wild West, but they can do a lot more with that in the future. You're gonna have a delicious meal paired with drinks. It's a phenomenal upgraded experience, but you wanna make sure that you book it early because it will fill up. Immersive experiences is what Royal Caribbean has been about for a really long time. I love the Empire Supper Club on Icon, and honestly, this does take it to an entirely new level. You can see they've got tables for 2 here, they've got tables for 4 as well. But it's all about having a delicious meal, handcrafted by some of the best chefs in the industry, delicious cocktails made that go perfectly with it. But it's about that experience as a family or a couple, and enjoying it, you won't even know you're at the high seas. So now I'm on the 3rd floor, which is the bottom floor of the beautiful 3-story Royal Caribbean main dining room. Now, dining is a huge part of any cruise experience. I've had some of my favorite meals of my life on board Royal Caribbean, and I love this large concept. It's a communal dining experience, but it's all a la carte. And what I really appreciate about it is it's that place to try new things. I found some of my favorite dishes on Royal Caribbean restaurants that I now order all around the world. And here you're gonna find a great variety to choose from, and it's perfect for every member of the family. It's really the wait staff that makes it all happen. They're here to take great care of you, make jokes, enjoy the experience, but they're really here to deliver world-class service. So if you want that classic cruise ship dining experience where you sit down and have a wonderful meal with friends and family, this is your spot. I'm sure you can see by now why we love this incredible ship so much. Whether it's Central Park, the boardwalk, all the different neighborhoods, it's really an exceptional place to share a vacation. And there's never been anything like this on the 3- and 4-day market, a brand new ship of this caliber. You can test drive it, or maybe you can only get away for a few days. When you're ready to book your next cruise on Utopia of the Seas or any ship in the Royal Fleet, Celebrity Fleet, Silversea Fleet, make sure you reach out to the experts at Harr Travel. We know all these spaces inside and out. We've cruised them extensively. We love it, and we can't wait to share our passion and make sure that you get the very most for your cruise money. And now I'm going to zoom on over to Azumi. See you in a few hours.